Hey y'all, it's Jamie. Welcome back to another Hytale video. Today I am going to be working on a little bit of farming in this game, figuring it out, and I kind of want to turn the hillsides into a massive wheat farm. Still undecided as to where. If we maybe just do these close hillsides here, or if we go off into the other side of this river, or even spread it over here might be cool, just to get a bit of a nice visual as we're looking out from here. I've also done a little bit of building in test world and just working on a bit of a big project, a big castle and stuff like that that's going to surround this area, close us in with a big castle wall and castle gates and things like that, and then we can move out of this little tavern and into maybe like a main castle building or something like that. But as you can see from before, I have put some furnishings inside our house finally. I've got this item frames mod that I've added on. You can see how big this looks and how far it pops out, but it gives me a quick visual on what's in each chest. Head back down here, I have put a few things in the bottom here. So I've got the workbench, armorer's workbench here, and then the blacksmithing anvil in the corner, furniture workbench with just some iron blocks and stuff here, and then I've just created this little spiral staircase going down under our base. Gone down a fair few levels, but this is the only level that I've actually put a room in. It's just got our furnace with some ores, and I guess there's not even anything in the chest yet, but it did have some coal, but let's collect those, take them upstairs whilst we're going up there. But so what I want to work on today is our wheat farm, and I guess other crops as well whilst we're here, because I do want to look at upgrading our farmers' workbenches. I haven't upgraded any of our workbenches at all. So something that I have added, which I believe is in here, is a water well. Let's get the materials to craft this one. I'm not too sure how to craft rope, but let's figure that one out. For some reason my audio cut out in these clips, but we'll just breeze through it. But as you can see, I crafted up the water well, and all you have to do is put your bucket or watering can in there. It has a little cooldown and then spits out a full bucket of water. All we do from here is just make a basic wheat farm next to the base, just so that we can farm up the essences of life and the wheat, just so that we can craft a bunch of seeds later on. So once we build the windmill, we can surround the hills in a bunch of wheat, which we're getting into very shortly. Right, so I've been out and about. I've collected a fair few logs, hopefully enough for the build that I need to do. But yeah, done a bit more farming as expected, and I think I'm going to get started up on the windmill up over the hill here. It's a design by another YouTuber. His name's Flashhaft. I'll pop his channel up on screen because I'm not too sure if I'm saying that correct. I've changed the design a little bit. It did use golden wood, which I believe I don't have access to. I think it's a bit later in the game, but I've made it a bit more like variation of blocks and just changed little bits here and there, a bit more tailored to how I want it. So yeah, let's get that started. And we got that little bit on top now as well. But I do need to go find a desert biome, or back to this desert biome, and find some more of our drywood trees or drywood planks wherever they come from. These ones here, as I've only got 5 left, and with that, what I'm going to call our first layer is done, so I need and on to the next little adventure, and then I'll be back. Alright, so that's the bulk of it all there, all finished up. I still have to add some doors and little details, and obviously, as I stated earlier, the big actual windmill part of it all. And I need to texture some of this stone down here. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I will get to getting the wool and the cloth or whatever I need for the windmill. And then from there, I have the fun task of filling all these fields in with wheat and stuff. And I would like to make a nice pathway that goes through here, but yeah, it's going to be fun filling all this land in with wheat, so can't wait for that. that, our windmill is finally done. There's still a few like interior things, and I haven't even done the floor here. I've just dug up the grass, so that's all empty. But the bulk of, I guess, the windmill's done, and hopefully from our base with the actual sail and stuff like that, it doesn't look too bad. But now that that's done, we have to get onto the tedious task of placing wheat absolutely everywhere. And I've got to delete those dirt blocks as well whilst I see them here. But yeah, let's start that fun process, eh? And that is all those wheat seeds, which was almost 2 full rows, I believe. So let's hop up here and see how this side is looking, and I think we may start on the other side, but it's like barely any for what I really want. But I think I've got like a bit of a pathway planned out here, as you can see with these torches and cobblestone. Just coming back to the path, so we're going to leave that bit kind of empty and we'll fill it in afterwards, how we kind of want it running around the path and things like that. But I think I'm going to start putting some wheat fields through here. And yeah, this is taking forever, but it's not that fun to watch, so we'll breeze through it. Alright, so if we head up here, we'll see how much I've actually got done. This side hasn't changed a whole lot, but on this right side here, just getting this extra patch in. But yeah, what I want to do is wrap this in and around these trees over here, and maybe a little bit further down the hill, just so it matches this side a bit more. And same with this, I'm just going to bring this one up and into this little tree area where it narrows in, and we'll see how that looks. Alright, 50 more seeds is all I have left, so gonna place these guys down, not too sure, maybe just out the back here, and then we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna get started on the pathway, and what I kind of want to do here is I guess give it a bit of layers, because I feel like it does look cool with all this wheat, but it's almost like too much yellow if I left like a strip or like a big pathway that comes along here and then started it again down here. I feel like that would look a lot more aesthetic, but it is looking pretty cool, and I did get a glimpse before back from the base, and it does look pretty cool from there. So we'll get these down and get started on the pathway and call it there. Get this video edited and uploaded, because yeah, I've placed way too many seeds. Alright, and with that, I think that we are finished here. We're inside the top of our windmill here. So I haven't added too much to the wheat since I last gave you an update, but I've just added this very, very basic pathway going back to the house. It definitely needs a little bit more. I need to figure out how to make these soil pathway like half slabs and 3/4 slabs and stuff like that, just to give it some height differential. And if I can't do that, then might have to go through with some like stone slabs and just give it that little bit of texture throughout. But that's something that I'll work on. And as well as behind this one over here, it's either I extend the wheat field like I guess back to the edge, or if I maybe put some other crops and other little farm spots in here, which might be nice. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will end it there. If you got any suggestions and stuff like that for what to pop in here or what to do with the house, then please let me know. But yeah, I am loving how this looks from back here with just the contrast in the wheat fields to the normal hillside. It definitely adds to the view from where we are situated here. I need to get my weapon out. Where is it? There we go. Where'd he go? I've confused him. Come on, mate. And I do need to stop the animal cruelty with all these animals that I've bred and captured and placed in here and stuff like that. So I need to make a proper, I guess, animal pen for all our little guys over here, which not too sure if I do over here with the like crop farm, or if I build like a stable and stuff like that. somewhere else. There's these skeletons everywhere. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope that I cut out a fair bit of that placing wheat, that mundane task. But yeah, we got through placing thousands and thousands of seeds just in there, and there's probably still more to come, so I can fill in these bottom sections. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.